on the subject of Star Wars, what's your least favorite moment from the sequels?
Honestly, I know it had to happen, but Padme dying in childbirth was my least favorite. Oh, you said the sequels?
Yeah,
Oh,
sequels.
okay. Um, Probably Kylo Ren having romantic feelings for Rey. I
Oh,
think,
that kiss.
yeah, that kind of ruined it for me.
I didn't think that was romance though. I thought that
Well,
was like brotherly, like like I care about you, but not like in that way. That's how I
I
read
don't,
it.
I don't kiss any of my brothers. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what y'all do in Arizona. But
That's not what I meant. I just meant like it was like family type, like
yeah, yeah, I thought
welcome
they
to
were
the
going to
family.
end up
That's how
getting
Skywalkers
engaged or
are.
something. But once they kissed, it just completely ruined the whole perception I had of their like
That's what
dynamic.
I thought was gonna happen. Like when they kept seeing each other, to be like he'd be like changing, he'd be like, "What's up?" And then all of a sudden she'd appear. She'd be like, "Oh my god, Kylo Ren!" And like there was so many bad moments. I
He
liked
had the
them
most schoolgirl
overall.
crush.
I liked them overall, but there was so many bad moments, like the Leia, the witch space thing when she was flying through space, like that was horrible. Um, C-3PO's
Also, this is not necessarily a moment, but there was not enough Finn.
Finn.
Yeah, there
Um,
should have been more Finn.
it's like the worst character though.
How is he
There
the
should
worst
have been
character?
there should have been no Finn. His acting was really bad.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it
There you
was. He
go,
was
you're racist again.
his acting was terrible. No, I
I
said
thought
that
y'all
Lando's daughter. I said Lando's daughter was amazing, and she was. She did a really good job. I even think Rose Tico did a decent job. She was really annoying, and her costuming made her look weird.
I
But
just
if she
think
had different costuming, she would have been fine.
I felt like they were setting up Finn to be this important character, and then in the actual movies, he was just kind of sidelined and didn't do anything. I would have liked to have seen
Yeah,
more utilized.
maybe you're right. Maybe it wasn't that I didn't like his acting as much as I didn't like his writing. The way they wrote for him was weird.
Mhm.
I don't think that they expected it to be a black person when they were writing it, or him, or like a British person, or I think everything about him wasn't what they were expecting. And so they wrote it differently, and then they had to stay writing it that way once they moved on to the next movies. That's how I feel. Because the way he acted, what he had wasn't he didn't make the best of what he had, I think. But I've seen him in other stuff and he's really good. It's just in there, I thought his acting was real trash. Not not because he's black or anything, just because it was bad.
I don't see anything wrong with his acting. I don't think he was given enough to do.
Yeah,
I just think
I
his
don't know.
character was completely sidelined.
Maybe if he had had a bigger role, I would have liked him more. I liked him in Rise of Skywalker, but yeah, that was about it. I didn't like how she kept healing stuff.
Yeah.
That was stupid. Not because you had never seen it before, but kind of because you had never seen it before because it just came out the blue and it didn't make sense how she learned it. I didn't like how she got so many powers that like say Anakin didn't have or Luke didn't have. She just randomly had all these crazy powers just because she was the Palpatine and it wasn't even written like Palpatine had all these powers. So if Palpatine didn't even have these powers, then why did she have all those powers? You know? I didn't like that. What was some of your favorite things from the sequels, moments or scenes or characters or whatever?
Poe Dameron, for sure.
Poe Dameron, yeah.
I would love to see
Oscar is a
him
good
get his
solo.
own spinoff. Like he's such a great character. He has that like cocky, just like I'm super skilled as a pilot mentality. He's just great. I would love to see
Yeah,
him. I would love to see him have a show on Disney Plus.
yeah. I mean, he has the comic books, but um, who reads comics? Who takes the time to sit there and read comics unless it's like really good? And from what I saw, it didn't seem like it was that great of a comic. I mean, it seemed okay, but it didn't seem like that great of a comic.
Yeah, I
Um,
would pay for it.
yeah,
That's
I
something I
would.
would just read in the comic book shop while I'm like,
Go to the library or something and get it. But yeah, my favorite all-time thing from the sequels, like that just made me happy was how they treated 3PO on Rise of Skywalker. His little moments when he's
yeah,
like when everybody fell or whatever. And then he's like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you okay?" And he's like,
He
"I'm
was
okay
such
too."
great comical. He was so funny.
Yeah, he was hilarious. I'm trying to remember some of the other great moments, but yeah, he had a lot of good little scenes that he had there. It was just funny. Like he was just hilarious. He was a walking riot. Um, some of the other stuff I liked. I liked when Chewie ate the pork.
Yeah.
That was like it just was like a slap to PC culture because like animal activists, whatever, but they were like, nah, forget that. Like he's gonna eat one of them. That was great. I liked seeing the old actors
Yeah.
back again. Oh, my favorite thing, even though I said the 3PO thing was my favorite, this is actually my favorite thing. The moment when they were trapped inside the ship and they were in the Millennium Falcon and they tried to set charges and stuff and like rig it to blow up on whoever was coming and they didn't know who was coming. And then the door opened up and then Han Solo and Chewie walked in and he's like, Chewie,
Oh,
we're
that was
home.
so
That
great.
was so good.
Everyone in the theater went crazy at that
Yeah,
moment.
same over at my theater. They were just like screaming. And I was one of them. I was the main one.
Yeah.
Ah, that's so
I fucking
cool.
love Han Solo.
Or even the scene when she's like, she's like, not that ship is trash. And then it pans over into some Millennium Falcon. Like that was dope. That was so cool. All the moments where they shouted back, like threw back to the original trilogy was really cool. Even though some
Yeah.
people really hated that, but I don't know why, because it was like really, really cool to me. But yeah, so that was those were my least and most favorite moments from the sequels. Overall, did you think they were good movies?
I think they were overhated. They weren't as good as the original trilogy, but they were still good movies. I enjoyed myself watching them.
What was better, the prequels or the sequels?
Um, that's hard for me because I was a kid when I saw the prequels, so everything was so new and exciting.
Mm-hmm. So you're
But
jaded a little bit.
yeah, I was easily impressed when the prequels came out. But I would say actually probably the prequels were better.
I don't know because I wasn't a kid when I watched the sequels, and that's who it was meant for, was
Mhm.
kids. I don't know which one I enjoyed more, but like genuine. I mean, no, I don't know which one was better, but I genuinely enjoyed the prequels more. But I think that was because I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's not to say I didn't enjoy the sequels. I really liked them. I thought visually they were beautiful. Some of the story elements I really liked, and I was actually intrigued to go movie to movie to see what was going to happen next. I wanted to know who Ray was, and I
Yeah.
was like disappointed when he was like, "You're nobody. You came from nowhere." And I was like, "Oh, that's how they're going to wrap this up." And then it
But
wasn't, and that like hyped me up.
I think the Palpatine reveal was kind of disappointing to me.
Really? I thought that
Yeah.
was sick. Like when he it looked like an old school horror movie. I thought that was cool, and he actually looked scary. And his bones, like you could see his bones, and I thought that
So
was cool.
Palpatine himself was cool, but the fact that Rey was related to Palpatine was disappointing to me.
Oh yeah, really? I liked it
Yeah.
too
I like that.
because it explained why she was so powerful. Although I thought she had more powers than she should, even in that situation. But like when she used the lightning, I thought that was cool
Yeah.
because that kind of gave away right away who it was. The way that Palpatine spoke was so sick. Like I like his acting style. He'll be like he'll just say stuff like all slow. It appears in your anger. You killed her. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That dude is intimidating. He's like Ian Mc Ian McDermott is like Ian McKellen. Like their acting style is like they really pace out what they're saying and say every word like it matters. I think that's cool. I wish actors still acted like that.
Yeah.
Um